What's going on, everyone? Club Napier from wearecritix.com, and today we had the opportunity to sit down with Daniel Andre, director of the new rom-com Running on Empty. That's right, the film stars Lucy Hale, Keir Gilchrist, Jay Farrow, and Jim Gaffigan. Yeah, we had a chance to sit down and talk about, the meaning of life and death. And here's what he had to say. Check it out. Listen, I have
Awesome.
some questions about this film because
All right.
first I have to know, how personal is this story to you, and is this something that came from within? Because the whole life death situation and how to adjust and kind of deal with life and the cards it's dealing, it kind of spoke to me. So talk to me about how personal this story is to you.
Yeah. I think, I mean, one, I think any art that we make as artists is personal. But I think to your question about how the kind of themes are personal is, I, like maybe a lot of us, when I was a kid, I was had a very big healthy dose fear of death. And I think that that's something that every single human has to kind of deal with at some point. And I find it interesting too how in particularly in America, our culture, death is so taboo. It's very, it's not talked about, or it's very cleaned up, or it's behind closed doors. And I guess on a more personal note, when I was I think 10 years old, my grandfather passed away. And we went out to New Jersey for his funeral, and it was the first wake I had ever been to. And it was I'd say a bit traumatizing. And I think ever since then it made me think, I don't want to be remembered that way, and I don't want to remember the people I love that way. And I think, when I discovered the adventure funeral aspect, that made much more sense to me about how I would like to see myself and other people. And so something just clicked.
That's awesome. And let's talk about this cast that you put together because it's quite an ensemble. Lucy Hale, she is like a ray of sunshine in this. Talk to me about finding the right Kate. What was that process like, and why was Lucy the one for that role?
Yeah, Lucy, beyond being an amazing actor, Lucy is just a really amazing, great person. And I think it's interesting because she's typically known for like the kind of romantic comedy thing, but I wanted to kind of flip it on its head a little bit and kind of
Yeah.
get her out of what she's typically known for. And to be honest, I didn't really have to do anything. She read the script and she connected with Kate, and we just knew that this was like the right part for her. And I'm just so happy the way it came out, and I'm happy with how she took the character and just made it her own and made it something that wasn't typical of what you see in a Lucy Hale rom-com.
So I like to say that this film, it represents like teaching us to live a little bit, even if there's only a little bit of life left to live. In your own words, what is like the 30-second pitch for this film? Like, what to you, what do you want audiences to take from this film?
Yeah, I think it's about realizing, the only true important thing is us, and our, the meaning of life is life itself. We sit here, whether we're a mortician or whether we, whatever job we have or whatever things we're doing to keep ourselves busy. um we have to kind of remember, hey, we have a finite amount of time on this planet, and we're supposed to enjoy our lives. We're supposed to connect with other people, because we don't know. Even if we think we might know, we don't know. We never know how much
Mhm.
time we're going to have.
And then Keir Gilchrist, like he's also an awesome addition, of course, as your lead. Talk to me a little bit about why he was the right choice for this, because I really, you do some fun things with him as far as character traits. Is like, for most of the film he's wearing one thing. I picked up on that. It kind of like sets a tone of this individual, and where his mind is at. Talk to me about why he was the perfect guy for this.
Yeah, I think, well, I think audiences, once they see the film, they'll kind of know exactly why he's perfect for the film. I actually, I the first thing I actually know, I remember Kier from one of the, I think, greatest horror movies made in the last 20 years. It Follows. I love that
Yeah.
film, and then I saw Kier in Atypical, And it was funny. I saw him in Atypical, and I was like, that's Mortimer right there. And luckily enough, he read the script, and he liked it, and he connected with it. And yeah, it was just, I think the movie gods were totally at play with our cast, and everybody just fell in. And regardless of while I was writing it or who I might have thought at one point or another, I can't picture the cast being anything but what it is. They all made the film what it is, and they did a great job.
Yeah, Daniel, I just want to commend you and say congratulations on this film. It's such a cool little cute story. Definitely
Thank
speaks
you.
to you. Definitely speaks to you, especially on the terms of life and death and what that means to individual. And I think it will provoke thought. Definitely when people check this out. I can't wait for people to see it. You guys make sure you're checking out Running on Empty in select theaters on August 9th and available at home on VOD August 27th.